All right. What's up, everybody? If you're new to the channel, this is the road to 2K subs. I just kind of wanted to run over some stuff because it's just been a while. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things of uploading on a regular basis and stuff like that. So I'm starting right here on Roz Gold on Wuday's page with the news of the NFTs. And so the first thing I noticed when I saw Roz's page is because someone shouted her out, and Renee Montgomery. And I was like, okay, why are they shouting them out with NFTs? And then, I click on Roz's page and she has this. And I'm like, oh, is she like an anime nerd or something? Is this something that I never knew? And I scroll and I see it's part of the NFT game. And I'm like, oh, she's like deep into this NFT game and stuff. But look, where are we at? So she was talking about the NFTs and everything like that. And today, the first WNBA NFT was actually announced, and I think it was just a great day to announce the WNBA partnership with Top Shop and the NFTs because Brittany Griner had another dunk, and it was a pretty great dunk, and then, she did the on your head top one, but, someone was like, oh, blah, 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 no one was under the rim, she used it the wrong way, whatever, mind your business. Also, just sending love to Brittany Griner and stuff like that. She went down. She rolled her ankle at the end of that game tonight against the New York Liberty. In a win, they were up by about 12 with a minute and a half left. And she rolled her ankle coming down off a block attempt against Dee Richards. So definitely want to wish the best for her. Phoenix is getting it rolling. Just to talk about that a little bit before we go back into this Asia Wilson thing. Phoenix is getting it rolling. And obviously I'm a big fan of what Vegas has got going on as well. And then, Seattle, Vegas, Connecticut, those are kind of four teams in the mix. And then Chicago. So you kind of got like five teams in the mix right there for the championship this year so far. And, I'm really liking all five of those teams, Don't really know who's going to get out. Obviously, Seattle was kind of like the team that you would guess would get it just because of they've done it before a billion times, but you never know, excuse me. So anyways, going back to this NFT thing, I have no idea about these NFT. Like, I have no idea what it is or anything like that.
But it's now officially on Top Shot. I'm excited to jump in and be the first person to officially say WNBA Top Shot fits. Hey, this is Asia Wilson. The greatness of the WNBA is now officially on Top Shot.
She was just the first person to say that the WNBA was on Top Shot. Okay, cool. So salute to Roz Gold and Wuday for getting this up here. But yeah, man, Top Shop, NFTs, all this investing stuff, I have no idea what it is. Like, I'm going to start listening. Apparently, Ross has like a podcast on Athletic about it and stuff like that. But see, look, this was the first thing. I was like, anime, and it was like an NFT thing with One Force, 777 unique collectibles, hard illustrated and stuff like that. These are NFTs, collectibles and stuff. I'm like, dude, like, I gotta learn this stuff. Like, someone's got to teach me how does this turn into money? Because it's like, people still talking about it. Of course, the beginning of the year is like this big boom, and then it got kind of quiet, and now it's like, now it's starting to, I guess, since it's kind of creeping into our realm of basketball and stuff like that, then I'm looking at it again. But yeah, man, it's crazy. And a Trae Young rookie card just went for like a few thousand the other day, I believe. Luka Doncic's rookie card is worth a few thousand. So this stuff, man, I gotta figure it out, because what the heck, they're just throwing away money everywhere. And that's where I'm going with that. So anyways, while I'm here, I wanted to, I guess, read some comments and stuff like that. It's something a little different. I never really have time to like respond to comments or read comments in full during the day, because I'm usually like doing work or whatever, or working on another video. So here's a perfect chance to react to or to respond to like videos and video, blah, blah, blah. Comments. So this is from Miss Rojas under the Vegas reaction last night. And she said if Asia was playing good last night, we would have won, but they would have won, but it wasn't Asia's night. And Asia had I think 12 points in that game. And Tabitha said, she was pretty terrible. Interesting take because John Quell only had 6 points as well. That's a good point. It was DB's night for sure, and Brian January, like I said, the veteran who really stepped up for them. Tabitha David said, "Great video, thank you, Tabitha. Give that a like." I don't know what it is, but I just can't buy into Vegas as a legit finals contender. I get it, Cambage, Wilson, and now Gray, and all the bench depth. They just seem to have something missing there, and I'm not sure if it's even a player. That's an interesting take. I hear it, but I don't know, man. They got so, like you said, the bench depth is crazy with G. Oh my gosh, they got G. They got she used to play for the Liberty. Kia Stokes. They have De'Erica Hamby in the front court. They have a packed and then of course the two bigs that everybody comes to buy their tickets for, what the people in Atlanta are buying their tickets for and stuff like that. Then in the backcourt you got Chelsea Gray. You got Rakina Williams on the wing. You got who else you got over there in Vegas? You got Kelsey Plum coming along. You got Jackie Young coming along. Like, you got the number 1 to 2 number 1 picks finally looking like some type of number 1 picks and formidable WNBA players. I just don't see all that talent. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, they're in my five like strong contenders for this championship this year, like that. But Chicago, oh my gosh, Chicago, dog. Candace Parker, bro. Dude, she gets it done. Like, I was talking to Joel the other night. Joel was telling me about how, Candace is slowed down a little bit and this and that. I'm just like, dog, like, with the Candace I seen in Atlanta, like, she shut it down when it was time to shut it down. That's something about the old ones, man. Like, the OGs, man, when you're talking about DT and Sue, I know I got on them a lot with the USA selections and stuff like that, but man, when it comes down to it, those final minutes of the game, you put the ball in their hands and they're going to take you home, man. I'm watching DT tonight in New York, and she missed like 3-4 shots the whole time I watched, bro. Like, she was blacking out, dog. 18 points before the end of the third quarter. I don't know how much she ended up with, but she just always finds a way. Sue might average, even in her peak, she might have averaged like 12 points a game. But if you watch those games, she hit the biggest shots and the most timely shots of the game each and every single time in big games. That's what makes Sue. That's what makes DT. That's what makes Candace Parker. She doesn't have the explosiveness or whatever. Okay, it's not 2009 anymore, okay? Newsflash. All right. I was looking at Breonna Turner earlier because she had the play with the little tip in or whatever off the jump off from Brittany Griner in New York. And, she had so many pictures of her as a kid on her page with the Sparks jerseys and everything like that. And, meeting Candace Parker as a kid. The fact that Candace Parker's been on the Sparks and in the league that long, bro, like, okay, she doesn't have the same athleticism and bounce and everything like that she did when she was winning the dunk contest in 2005. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about these things before you just say it. But she still gets it done, bro. She killed Atlanta. When was that? Tonight is Wednesday night, so she killed Atlanta Tuesday night in the second half, and that was literally the difference of the game. She just took the team on her back. You have the Shields there. You have Quigley. You have Sloot. You had Lexi Brown got some minutes there because it was a homecoming game for her. And you have Stephanie Dolson. You know what I'm saying? They have a good squad, but when push came to shove, excuse me, it was Candace Parker, and it was all Candace Parker down the stretch. It was just unfair. Shout out to CP3, all-time great, one of the greats. We give you your flowers. And, yeah, so there we go right there. Shout out my boy Gerald. I reacted to some Minnesota stuff. And let me see what the heck Gerald is talking about down here. But, yeah, that's how I feel about Vegas, man. Oh, yeah, okay. So Gerald was like, all right. So what you heard from your person was true. V did stuff Stewie in the first half, but it was in the first half. And MB04 said Stewie was like 6 of 22 from the field, and also Asia went 1 of 15 against Connecticut, playing mad defense. Shout out to Connecticut playing the defense on Asia, shutting Asia down. Asia's had a couple of off nights this season. But like, they've always kind of like worked around it because they have, so many other weapons. But Asia's had a couple of off nights, like on the low. She's been really tough on herself on nights that weren't even that bad. But yeah, so I know she was definitely tough on herself. And they get a chance to feast on Atlanta. I know they're not going to sleep on them because they're mad. They're mad after this Connecticut loss. I know Asia, she's very tough on her, like I said. So, you get an Atlanta team with no, who was on an injury report? They had a whole starting five on that injury report. You have Crystal Bradford's out. Tiffany Hayes is probable. Who was suspended? Kennedy Carter suspended still. And you had two other players that I can't think of. Oh, Cheyenne Parker's pregnant. And you have somebody else that I'm blanking out on right now. But they had a whole five. They had an entire five that's out right now. And, and then on top of that, they lost 9 games in a row. So that might just be a nice, kind of thing. Going into Atlanta, of course, that's the closest team from South Carolina. So you're going to have a South Carolina night. Asia Wilson is HBCU night. So, the Divine Nine folks are going to be out there for Asia. And it's just going to be Angel McCoughtry's coming back, even though she's not playing. She's having a little lunch on with the mayor candidate who used to be the former mayor of Atlanta earlier in the day. She came touchdown earlier in Atlanta today, and she's like, ATL, I'm back. She was in her car in a whip in the neighborhood, and everybody's like, you the queen of Atlanta basketball, and you got to give it up to her. Salute to Angel McCoughtry. You give your flowers. The legends their flowers while they're here, and she's definitely the queen of Atlanta basketball. So, you're going to have a lot of people, long story short, is going to be rooting for Vegas in there. Vegas is going to be mad from there. It's going to be ugly. It's going to get ugly. I'm expecting, but the thing about the Dream, they fight. They fight, man. So I'm expecting the game within 15 points. I'm expecting it within 15 points. I don't think it's going to get 20 points or worse just because Ari McDonald, Courtney Williams, and Odyssey Sims, those women, they fight, man. All three of them, they fight. They fight. And, Tiana Hawkins has been stepping up too. Shout out to Tiana Hawkins. Mo Billings, sometimes can get it going and has that fire in her. So it's just going to be very interesting to see. But obviously, when you're missing that many weapons, you kind of can't make up for it. So, yeah. Shout out to Gerald, though. That's my guy. He's like, we finally beat Seattle without Maya. It's been a long time, man. That's a long time. Maya hasn't played in 4 years now? It was 2017 was our last year. So, man, that's just crazy. Shout out to Maya Moore, man. Georgia legend. We give legends their flowers, like I said, as always. Let me see anything else before I move on. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, the Dorka video. Okay, so we could go to the Dorka video. The Dorka video, my boy Kurt Johnson, shout out to Kurt. He's always shown love. Dorka would definitely add. Oh, yeah, he said, I wish he transferred to Iowa. Kurt always standing up for Iowa and all the other teams not named South Carolina or UConn. But he said she'll definitely add some more presence in the paint. But that three will also help. Yeah. When they want to play two bigs. Funny looking shot, though. Yeah, for sure. Wish she would have had transferred to Iowa. Yeah, that definitely would have been good at Iowa, like we said, with McKenna Warnock. It's just Iowa didn't get any help. I was talking on the phone about this. I think that's another thing. I talk on the phone about this stuff so much. I think that I said it already and I never said it. But, Iowa got no type of additional help, no additional punch, no, splash transfer or 4-star recruit or, top 15, top 20 recruit. They didn't get that this year. And it's really kind of is just trash for, Caitlin Clark, who decided to stay home or whatnot. And, obviously she's doing her thing. But for them to really be the contenders they can be during the Caitlin Clark era, they need some more firepower. Give me more firepower. And then here's Robbie Fung. He left a great comment, but I need to read it all. So she has the versatility, the needed versatility to UConn with all the shooters and face-up players they already have. They now have a presence down low on the block. I know Liv has gotten stronger, but she still gets moved by smaller but stronger players. Dorka and Aaliyah will be able to hit the boards when the shots start raining from outside, and if the defenses have to tighten up up the perimeter against the Huskies, the inside players will have much more space to work with. Dorka moves well without the ball, and she's a decent passer, which means she has to be respected in the high screen pick and roll and pick and pop game. Also think the lengthening of the... This is one thing I didn't know. Robbie, that he said that a lot of people aren't talking about. I wasn't talking about because I had no idea about it. Also think the lengthening of the three-point line would impact the game this year, and many women's hoops people are talking about how it'll have a... and that many women's hoops people are talking about how it will have an effect on the game. So I guess... Are they moving back the three-point line? That's my assumption. They're moving back the three-point line a little bit more. I don't know, man. Hey, look, Robbie. We live in an era of Steph and Trey and Dame, and I'm looking at these Caitlyn highlights, and Caitlyn come across the half court, bink between the legs behind the back, and she pulling up from the logo. And Paige is pulling up from the logo. These kids, they practice the logo shot now. I don't know how much that's going to really affect the game. But, I think for the bigs, for someone like Leah Boston or someone like a Dork or someone like that, who, their three, you can tell the threes like Al Horford. Al Horford was always used to shoot the midi when he first came in the league. And then he just took a couple steps back and he became a three-point snipe shooter when he was his first stint in Boston and stuff like that. And, you could tell the bigs who just started taking 2 steps back and shooting threes, and then the 3-point shooters. Everybody knows there's a difference between those. So I think it'll affect those bigs. But as far as those guards, man, these days, these jokers shooting from, and they practice, the range now is just unlimited. And that's with all these kids. And not just a select few. It's with all these kids. All these kids can shoot deep ball. And then, let me see. Someone, Ella, she asked for something on so let me see what Ella said right here. Ella original. But yeah, Ella, the comment isn't there anymore. But Ella was pretty much just asking, she said with Sports Stream Network, she said I've reacted to him before, but he apparently uploaded a video where he was talking about Paige and Cameron Brink. I was like, who's the other player? Cameron Brink in an inappropriate way, and it was just kind of like he kind of went over the line, and she wanted me to speak out on it and stuff. Me personally, I don't really. I know that's a easy way to grow the channel is to get into public beef and the back and forth and stuff. I don't want to do that. If I want to build the channel and stuff, I just want to build the channel on just content. What I'm saying? I want to build the channel because people just like watching and talking basketball as much as I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to build it off of because I was beefing with this dude. And you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. But, the thing I would say for anybody who, okay. How do you approach this? I guess I would say just blindly just watching one of his videos and seeing his thumbnails and his titles and stuff like that all the time because I am subscribed to him. I guess I would say from that, I would just say, people gonna do whatever they gotta do to get your attention. People gonna do whatever they gotta do to get your attention. I try to stay away from it. I'd just rather, I literally don't care if I get, 2 views on something. As long as I like doing it, I'm going to keep doing whatever the heck I like doing. Because, that's what you do it for. That's for the reason, or that's at least the reason why I got into, trying to YouTube and stuff. Because it's just fun doing videos and stuff. And I just happen to find, certain niches and certain groups. And, the channel started growing a little bit. I don't want to talk too big because I ain't even got 2K followers. But yeah, man. I don't care about the views because views gonna come. And numbers gonna come. Blah 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 blah. All that stuff's gonna come. But other people, a lot of people, man, if you're using this, if you're trying to eat off this, man, it's a dog eat dog world. It's a dog eat dog type game industry, whatever you want to say with this content creation stuff. And people gonna do whatever they got to do to get a click. People gonna do whatever they got to do to get engagement, to get the money that they need, and more power to you. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you do. Now, as far as commenting inappropriately and targeting women inappropriately and all that stuff isn't cool. I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying? You can do what you do on that channel. As for me and mine, I ain't really gonna really touch too much on personal stuff that goes beyond basketball. I know I talk about the tea sometimes, but that's just a part of the game. And speaking of the tea, I wasn't gonna bring this up at all or mention it because I didn't want to get too much into it, but for the sake of fairness, I always talk about the women's basketball team. The men's basketball team with Steph Curry's parents, man. Oh, man. That's an ugly situation. I wish the best for them as they go through this process, man. Ugly process to play out. I can imagine it's embarrassing to play out in the public eye, and you're talking about in front of millions of people with the TMZ graphics and everything like that. Your divorce is playing out in front of America, bro. Like, that's embarrassing, you know what I'm saying? So I wish the best for them and their process and that entire family and their hearts. 30 plus years is a long time to be with someone, to build with someone, regardless of all the fights and stuff you've had. To have someone there with you for the greater part of 30 years, and then to kind of wake up one morning and look to your side and they're not there. And it's not because they're on a roll because of NBA or NBA broadcasting, but just because they aren't in your life, they aren't with you anymore. I think that's a tough adjustment for anybody to make. I know, say something like college. If you had a college roommate for a 3-month semester, when you head back home, you're going to be like, dang, like, my roommate's not here anymore. Like, you get used to that roommate. You get used to living with that person. And, so I can only imagine what it is in a 30-year marriage. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. So I wish the best for them and stuff, but that story is wild. That story is pretty wild and all the details in it. And that's as much as I'll say about that. But yeah. Also, another thing, man, to all the viewers, man, another thing, content creators, some content creators, they might do something just to get a reaction, because if they get a reaction, whether you thumbs down the video and comment like, I hate you for this is start or something, that's just like all the algorithm sees that as more engagement, and it pushes the person's video up more, so they get more views, more money, and more time and more attention. And that's what people who do stuff for attention or, something to push it, that's what they do it for, you know what I'm saying? So you also have to be cognizant of that. The way that you can combat against that, if they do something and they produce content that you don't support, that you don't like, unsubscribe and stop clicking on the videos. I was a huge fan of the Joe Budden podcast. That's what I watched every single week. I would play parts of it one day a week, every week for years, especially once the shutdown happened last year and I started working from home. I had Joe Budden podcast playing on right here while I was doing my work right here. And, that was like my routine. That became a part of my life, like the background traps I was listening to and all the inside jokes. I went to the Joe Budden podcast live show a couple of years ago in Atlanta. But when that breakup happened with him and his homies and his co-hosts, and I didn't really rock with the way that Joe handled it, publicly letting all that dirty laundry air out for the public to see, and then just standing on it and not apologizing, not being like, you know what, I was wrong, and not doing it. Keep doubling down and tripling down and quadrupling down until, he saw the numbers go down, and then he wanted to apologize about it, and the apology didn't come off as sincere, et cetera, et cetera. I can go into it. Do I miss the Joe Budden podcast? Do I wish I could watch it some? Yeah, I wish, during the Locks battle, the Dipset battle, of course I wanted to see what he had to say. The Tyler Creator album review, of course I wanted to see what he had to say. Bow Wow Soulja Boy versus, of course I wanted to see what he had to say. However, it was just every time I at least even saw a snippet, it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't hit the same. So, if there's something, and this is just a general thing in life, man, if there's something that you guys don't like, if there's something that ticks you off, that you feel like is no longer serving you or being anything positive, and it's something that you can put in your control to to just kind of step away from it, feel free to walk away and step away from it, and don't give it any attention, because attention is what the people want. You know, like I said, it's a dog eat dog world, man. Folks is trying to eat on this content game. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is real. This is a real thing. So, you know, when you give them that kind of negative attention, if you don't like it, like you're just giving them more or whatever. Harry Tyler, shout out to Harry Tyler. Thank you for covering the WNBA. I've been a fan since 1997. We need more coverage on them. My bad, bro. My bad, Harry. I'll try to do a better job and try to get more coverage and stuff, man. Dave Wolf, her dad wasn't her trainer. I pinned this because I saw this. I was like, oh, my bad. It was her mom, Lisa Harvey Gondrajic. She was her coach throughout her high school career. She was our high school head coach for all of it. He played at a high school and at Louisiana Tech. Shout out to La Tech. La Tech. I don't know why I did that. Her maternal grandfather was the coach of her mom in high school, runs in the family. So shout out to Dave Wolf for correcting me on that. And yeah. That's and then like I said, with the Indiana situation, they had another player. I believe it was Jessica Breland go on personal leave, so you have to watch out for that. But hope all is well with all of you guys, and that's all I have. I just wanted to upload something today, like I said, so I hope that was sufficient enough for you guys. I hope you guys have a great day, great night, and stay safe. Please, if you don't do it for anybody else, do it for me. And if no one told you today, you are great. You are amazing. And you're doing great. All right, keep going.